Do you remember the first time you saw a dinosaur?
Hey, Blue.
You don't really believe it. It's like a miracle. Something's coming.
It's a T-Rex. It's a T-Rex.
Stop. It's not a T-Rex.
Blue, come with me. You know you can't stay here.
Jurassic World, the island,
You're all right. Easy, girl.
all of that is in the past.
Am I dead? Not yet, kid.
I want to show you the future.
What is that thing?
They made it.
Blue. You need to get us out of here.
Welcome to What the Flick, everybody. Ben, Alonso, and Christy. 3 movies we're going to take care of today. We start with Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom?
Yes.
Fallen Kingdom.
Fallen Kingdom.
The Kingdom Falls.
I like the Jurassic Park movies. I want to give credit, so I did find it. Neil Miller from Film School Rejects.
Okay.
You know, the
Oh, yes.
Jurassic Park movies ranked. 1, Jurassic Park. End of tweet. yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
it's good. Yeah.
If the joke is there's only 2 good Star Wars movies, there's only 1 good Jurassic Park movie, and that record still holds with Fallen Kingdom. Yeah, if Jurassic World was a total bore, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is not a total bore. But basically, there are still some dinosaurs on the island, and there's a volcano erupting. Can they save them? Should they save them? Will they save them? That's pretty much it.
Yeah, and it's so much like the previous Jurassic World because it's the same kind of, heady, weighty, ethical dilemmas about man tinkering with nature and technology and taking DNA from other creatures and splicing it together into a super dinosaur. And what could possibly go wrong with that? This is the exact same plot as the previous Jurassic World movie, so I don't know what the point is.
Also, if I remember, and I didn't see this one, but like the ethical idea of it just goes too far to be too specific. Like the ethical idea of man tinkering with nature, that's something that we wrestle with. We've decided to do it. We've tinkered. But then you're like, yeah, should we do it? Should we tinker with nature? Should we bring back dinosaurs? Should we take one violent dinosaur and create an even more violent dinosaur? Like I got it's enough tinker. Yeah.
Well, somebody tried to make the point that like the Jurassic Park films follow the same trajectory as the idea of the Jurassic Park films, which is that over and over again we keep telling ourselves that this time it's going to be different. This time we're going to nail it, and then we do it wrong again.
Right. This time they're not going to be used for weaponry.
Exactly.
Just for fun, just for riding like horseback, but on a dinosaur.
So it's like, so it's just the idea of not only do the people in the Jurassic Park movies never learn their lesson and keep tinkering where they shouldn't, the makers of the Jurassic Park movies never learn their lesson and leave well enough alone. They keep cranking out these cruddy sequels.
Well, they make a lot of money. That's why. Like,
Sadly,
I'm not sure it's a
yes.
matter of learning. I think it's a matter of just laziness, and it's just easy to pump another one out.
In this story, what's the acknowledgement of what has happened before? Like what movies existed in this universe?
Well, I mean, I guess all of them, because there's in the first Jurassic World there is acknowledgement that there was a Jurassic Park, and in this one there is that again. We see like one of the signs falling down, and the Jurassic World characters have carried over. Bryce Dallas Howard is back with several close-ups of her boots, so we know that she is not wearing heels this time.
She has appropriate footwear this time.
Chris Pratt is back doing his Chris Pratt stuff. We have a couple of the new characters are kind of fun. There's the paleo veterinarian and the tech geeky guy played by Justice Smith. But it's just
they don't get a lot to do.
All these movies have to be are like fun monster movies with cool fake dinosaurs. And the dinosaurs there are cool fake dinosaurs.
Yes.
The effects are, top notch, but there's not enough scare moments, there's not enough thought to it, there's not enough wit, there's not enough engagement in the story that's unfolding. And you would think these would not be that hard to do. J.A. Bayona takes over as director this time. He's the guy that did The Orphanage and The Impossible.
And A Monster Calls, which I think is really the one that makes sense for him being chosen to direct this film, and the one where his his skills and his talents really show here as well. Like the reason I have giving this number, the movie, the number I am giving it is because of the craftsmanship. It's because of the camera work. It's because of the use of lighting and shadow to really build suspense in individual moments.
Yeah.
Individually, there is really artful and like muscular camera work going on here, but for the most part, it's just sort of mindless.
Yeah, like along the way, like in the first third, I thought, okay, there's some genuine scares, there's some stuff here that kind of works, and then it just sort of gets frittered into the usual thing that we see every time.
Yeah, the little girl who was in peril at the center of this, the granddaughter of the longtime aging scientist who wants to do stuff with dinosaurs. Her name
John
is
Cromwell
James Cromwell.
James Cromwell, sorry.
Who works out at the Hollywood Y, by the way.
His father was Hollywood director John Cromwell.
There you go. Isabella Sermon is the little girl.
When Blacklisted, John Cromwell was like, forget it, I'm leaving. That's it, I'm done. And he bought a building here in LA, an apartment building, which of course, he bought for $89,000 and sold many years later for $18 million. But John, who was, by the way, never a communist, but a true fighter for justice and decency, and a really decent guy worth knowing about.
There you go.
Became a landlord.
There you go. No, but the girl in this is really good, and she's got kind of a wide-eyed kind of stillness about her, and she's good at being scrappy and conveying fear. Everyone functions as the cogs they are meant to be in this. When we were talking yesterday on the show about the line that was cut from this film that would have given more characterization to the Gabriela Pineda character, the paleo veterinarian, which would have indicated that she was gay. Nobody gets any kind of characterization that's even that cursory with like a throwaway line, and they're all on screen like every single minute of this movie. Like Chris Pratt is just showing up, as you say, and being Chris Pratt and being charming and swaggering, and he and Bryce Dallas Howard have the banter that's supposed to be snappy but isn't really. There's still no romantic tension between them.
There's a part in the movie where Chris Pratt literally punches out like 5 guys in a row, and I thought, the first Jurassic Park had 3 scientists, 2 small children, and an old man. Like they did not have to throw in like Action Jones, and these movies give us that. I'm like, do we need this? Can we not have? Can we tell this story differently? Maybe.
He got into shape to play Star-Lord, and I think we should take advantage of that for as many movies as possible.
So the writing, I mean, is at fault here to some extent. Right?
Colin Trevorrow is still on the premises. So yes, that is
and he
a problem.
does it with his writing partner,
Derek Connolly.
But they did. They did safety not guaranteed, right? They don't.
Yes, let's all hold on to that one tight.
And they did.
Did you see the Book of Henry?
Yes, I was gonna say.
You'll never forget the Book of Henry.
But is there a story that can work with these? Obviously they can make money. They'll probably do another one. So
they're definitely doing another. This one, oh God, this has one of the worst endings of one of these movies I think I've ever seen. I mean, obviously it's going to end in a way to set up a sequel because they always do, but in such a thoughtless, like meh kind of way. I'm like, we're going to stop here. Like I was shocked at how lackadaisical that ending was.
Like it's not even a cliffhanger.
Do they get out of the park? I mean, because I imagine that.
Spoilers, Ben.
No,
we won't get into it.
But I mean, dinosaurs in a suburban neighborhood,
which we got in the Lost World. You'll recall.
Obviously, I don't recall.
No, it's a blur.
No, but I meant like the whole movie. Like, get out of the something. You have to do something.
They mix it up based on that. As far as geographically, yes, but.
People can't just keep going to Isla Nublar for no reason, right? They gotta make their way out of there. There are a couple of really cool moments. Speaking of dinosaurs getting out, there was a cool thing with like snapping, like it's in the trailer, so don't at me. This is not a spoiler. Like a creature comes up from the sea and like snaps at a helicopter. There are individual moments that are sort of breathtaking.
Yeah, exactly. There's a few cool moments. It's better than the previous one, but it's still not that great. Speaking of the trailer, if you walk into this movie thinking there's going to be a lot of Jeff Goldblum, there is not.
I was just going to mention. It's funny you say that. I was just going to say there's not nearly enough Jeff Goldblum, and he shows up and he's Jeff Goldblum-y like you want him to be. There's not enough.
There was one day of Jeff Goldblum. I swear to you, that's how much they got him.
They got a lot out of him.
Real quick, almost the 2 best movie experiences of my life were Out of Sight and Jurassic Park. Like again, they weren't the best movies I've ever seen, but I saw Jurassic Park at 12:30 6:30 at night at the Uptown Theater in DC in a packed house. And I mean, I've never been in a theater that reacted that strongly to what they were seeing on screen. I still remember like thinking, oh, that's amazing.
The first one was novel. You know, the first one was thrilling and like individual moments. Like you can see a cup of water anywhere and expect there to be like that vibration through
with my daughter and with my dogs, I do dinosaur eyes. When the dinosaur sticks his eye next to the overturned car, I'm holding dinosaur eyes. Yeah, it's still a thing. It's lasted 25 years.
There's a callback in this movie to a great joke from the first Jurassic Park that means nothing.
Okay.
I was like, why is this here? Except for us to go, oh yeah, I recognize that. It was like Ready Player One all over again.
Yeah, anyway, so if you like Jurassic World, there's another one, and this is it, and it's pretty similar. Yeah, so my number is a 5.
4.8,
Okay.
There's stuff in it, but not.
There are dinosaurs, and they do things. So our number's a 4.9, it's a 55% on the tomato meter. Let us know what you think, if you like it or not. I guess. Will you go see it this weekend?
No, I won't.
All right. Ben's not going to see
Talking
it.
about my 2 favorite film critics just told me not to.
Aw, bye.